this is something I think about every single day because we could have made so much fucking money, but we didn't. You see, a few years ago, I started working with a client and we were running a low ticket info funnel with ads, and we were spending money. It was making money, the whole low ticket product, order bump, one-time offer one, one-time offer two. Russell Brunson would have been proud. It was as if .com secrets just spat over my ClickFunnels account, and we were running that funnel. We weren't spending crazy money in the beginning. It was maybe about like $500 a day, something like that. And pretty much straight away, we got it to like break even, or even some days like make a little bit of money. I think the first few months, we maybe spend around 10K, and we made a couple of grand profit, right? So it was good. We made a little bit of profit, but obviously, it wasn't life-changing money whatsoever. But the problem is that every time we pretty much like went over the $500 mark, we tried to scale some of the campaigns or just like launch a load of new ads or whatever it was, try and increase the budget to scale. We wouldn't make money. The profit would go down and the funnel would start losing money. Now, what we were doing in that moment is we were frantically trying to like split test everything. So we were split testing the sales page, the checkout page, the different upsells afterwards, changing the price point, putting bonuses on the sales page, taking them off. We were obviously like split testing all of the ads, obviously like the interest and the targeting, but also just the ad angles and all that stuff. We're putting all this time and energy into trying to decrease the cost per conversion on the front end, and also increase the average order value of the conversion on the front end. But that was the problem. All our focus was on the front end when it should have been on the back end. Now, when I started working with that client, and let's just say, by the way, to get like a low ticket info funnel to be spending like 10 to 15K cold traffic with ads, and for you to be breaking even or at least making like a few $1,000s per month, very good result. Like for most people, that is a gold mine, and most people can't get a funnel to produce those results. But it was harder for us to scale. Now, I spoke to the client, and initially when we first started working with them, the idea is that we ran this low ticket info funnel, and then on the back end, we upsold the group coaching program. Now, in like the 1 to 2 months that it took us to get the funnel created, started spending the money, it was like just in time for him to start his like group coaching, and we were going to turn it evergreen where people could join whenever. But out of nowhere, the client turns to us and says, I don't want to do that anymore. And I'm like, shit. Like we could have made like so much money, because at the end of the day, like there's only so many like gains you can make by optimizing the front end. We got that funnel to a point where we just needed a bigger lever to pull. And the lever, the obvious lever, it was there. It was all big and shiny and had loads of dollar signs all over it. The easy lever for us to pull was the high ticket coaching in the back end. Because we were getting paid to get customers. Like we were profitable. I can't remember the exact figures. I should have got this up on my computer, but I think it was around the mark of like, I think we were like average order value was around 50. And then the CPA was like, 45 or something like that. So it was profitable. Again, some months we were break even, but for the most part, we made at least a few $1,000. Now, obviously, if we include a back-end offer to that, then our lifetime value of the customer, so what they spend on the low ticket funnel and then including the back-end price, it just skyrockets. It would dramatically increase. I think the offer, it was only like a $1,500, 3-month coaching offer, but regardless, whether it was 1K, 2K, 3K, 5K, that would have increased the lifetime value of a customer. It would have allowed us to spend so much more to scale, Because what was happening was when we tried to scale from $500 plus, let's just say those numbers correct what I said, like the CPA would go from like 45 to 55, right? Or to 60. So we were dramatically trying to optimize the front end by increasing the average order value and decreasing the CPA. But there was only so much that we could do. Whereas if you have the back end offer, then you just need to sell a few people into that. Like even if you convert 5% of the low ticket customers into a high ticket customer, your lifetime value dramatically increases, and it's going to allow us to scale because we can now afford for the CPA to go from 45 to 50 to 55. We could have scaled that up to, millions of dollars, I believe. And that's why I said I think about it all the time. I actually still think about it to this day because I've tried to run low ticket funnels after that, and some have worked, some haven't. None worked so easily as that one did. Like literally just out the gate, boom, profitable, month one, making money on low ticket customers. So that's why it still haunts me that we didn't do it, because I generally think we could have made millions. And as an agency that had a profit split, in that, I was very invested in that company making millions of dollars from that funnel because it would have paid us handsomely. But instead, we made absolutely nothing. Well, we didn't make nothing, right? They paid us for I think we ran that funnel maybe for 3 to 4 months. And then it just got to a point where we would just worked on different projects because it was kind of like breaking even. And, we had a small retainer, which, when we made profit, the retainer was paid for. But, at that time, we were making most of our money from our profit splits. But because they didn't have a back-end offer, we weren't making them that much profit. So it didn't really make sense to continue, which was a shame because, like I said, we could have made a lot of money otherwise. But my point in this video is if you're struggling to scale your ads, then you should put more focus on back-end optimization versus front-end optimization. Now, obviously, caveat to this, if your low-ticket offer is shit, if your low-ticket funnel isn't converting well, if your ads are crap, then yes, obviously, right? Don't be dumb. You want to put your focus into the front end. But once you've got that to a respectable position and the main KPIs are kind of in line with the norm of the industry, or at least a little bit better than the norm, then you should focus on the back end. Because obviously it gets to a point where, you can try and increase the sales page conversion by 0.25%, or you can try and increase the checkout page conversion by 1 or 2%. And it does make a difference at volume, at scale. But it's going to be much easier for you to just increase the back-end conversion by 1%. That's the bigger lever to pull. Or, in my case, if you don't even have a back-end offer, then just intro one. And even if it's crap, it'll probably still make you more money. So you'll make a lot more money by, trying to make a 0.5% increase in conversion in the low ticket, or by trying to decrease your cost per click on Facebook ads by 50 cents. Just optimize that back end and you make a load more money. So that's how you get a low ticket offer to scale and make a shitload of money. It's maybe not the answer some of you want, but it's by having a high ticket back end that will allow you to spend more than your competitors on ads. I think Russell Brunson, is it Dan Kennedy? I don't know. Russell Brunson says it all the time. I think it's Dan Kennedy quote. Those who can spend the most to acquire a customer wins. And usually when you have your back end, when you can make more money on the back end, it allows you to spend more to get that initial customer, which is key when ad costs are rising, blah, 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 right? They've been rising since they came out because that's the way it is. So yeah, that's how you make a lot of money with low ticket offers. If you want some insights or some strategies on how we build that back end out and how we optimize that. So what does the process look like from someone buying a low ticket product and then ascending them up to a high ticket offer? If you would like to know more about that and how we do it for our clients, then just let me know in the comments. And if there's enough comments, maybe I'll make a video on it. But yeah, that's it for today. thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next one.